Witam Państwa.
Good afternoon and welcome after the break. My name is Łukasz Wołtasik. I work at the Nobody's Children Foundation. I'm the coordinator of the Child Online program of the Nobody's Children Foundation. Welcome to the first parallel session at this conference entitled The School and Child or Student Security Online. As we know, schools perform a very important function in providing security to children. Schools give internet access, kids go online, kids use electronic media and cell phones at school. So one of the tasks of schools is to provide security, both in the use of these media and to look after the IT network in schools. And that's one of the aspects of the issue. Schools go on to educate, to develop young people, and including safety in the use of new media is an important factor, because the schools ought to respond to all cases of child abuse online, to all cases of cyberbullying, to children having access to harmful content and peer pressure, peer violence. So it's a very complex and very diverse issue that we'll be discussing. We have 5 presentations today because the 6th presentation will not be delivered, as the speaker from Cyber Peace Initiative in Egypt did not make it today. So we have 5 presentations, 20 minutes each, and then perhaps there will be a 5-minute session for questions after each presentation. The first presentation will be delivered by Siegfried or Ziggy, as he tells us to call him, Czernohorski, representing the Ministry of Education, Science, Youth and Culture in the Rhineland-Palatinate in Germany. Siegfried Czernohorski specializes in the media and media education, and he's involved in various government programs dealing with the issue. His presentation, he will be presenting German projects and German strategies and ideas in this field. Mr. Czernohorski.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank you, everybody here, for the warm welcome and the good ideas I've got this morning, primarily about the risks of new media in education. The problems of cyberbullying are also common all over the world, also in Germany as well. And I want to present some of my ideas about general structures and strategies, and I want to report or give some ideas about a project we are doing in a very small part of Germany. Rhineland-Palatinate is an area in the southwest of Germany, near Luxembourg, if you don't know, about 4 million inhabitants, about 600,000 students. This is the area I'm responsible for, but I'm only responsible for the strategies of the regional government, not of the local governments. They are responsible for IT structures in the schools. So a few short look at some of the aspects I want to mention, short look at the changes of the new web and the challenges for education in general. Which role can media literacy play in education? Some concepts and ideas. A look at some curricular standards in Germany, and at the end of this case study of the program of the regional government, which is called in German Medienkompetenz macht Schule. You can say it in English, media literacy heads the class. Some aspects, teachers, students, parents. Okay, a short look. This morning there were lots of negative things about the internet which were mentioned, But I think as far as education is concerned, we also have to concentrate on the positive aspects which the internet and all the digital media bring to school. We should not forget this. I think very often we try to exaggerate the negative things and not to look at the good things for education, for the development of the schools, for the development of the classes, of the students, and of learning. I usually talk about some kind of new culture of learning, which we can do by using media. The social web in Germany is also very popular. I think that about 90-95% of the students at the age of, I think, 12, 16, 18 are in one of those social networks. In Germany, very popular student network, and for pupils, about 15 million students use these chances, or Wer kennt wen, who knows who, also very popular. And Localisten, that's a local thing, communities, but those things are changing rapidly. I think 3 years ago I couldn't have talked about those things, and perhaps in 2 years the situation will be completely different. The risks for schools, for students as well, we know racism primarily from the rightist parties, etc. We know all this, that they try to use these chances of providing students with material, etc. We have cases of violence. Addiction, for example, computer addiction is a problem, but only in a very small group. About cyberbullying, we know that about 30% of the students say that they have been confronted with cyberbullying, whatever they want to say by this. Cyberbullying is not a clear term. Nobody knows exactly where does it begin. Grooming, what in Germany plays a role are all the copyright problems, that students copy things on the internet, they use it at the schools, the teachers don't know what to do with all that. What plays a role in those social networks is how can we protect private data. I think we have heard lots of this this morning. And in Germany, in the political discussion, some horrible incidents play a certain role. There are 3 places where students shot teachers or other students, and in all those cases, the internet or computer games played a certain role. Nobody knows exactly, but whenever these cases appear, there's a discussion what to do, block the internet or forbid some computer games, although in Germany there's a strict control, I think, of the computer games. I think for me personally, for schools there's a new social question, or you might call it a digital gap between the 3 populations or 3 groups at the schools. The students, for them, this is their world, and they want to belong to this, and who does not want to deal with all those things does not belong to, think, this culture, excludes itself, or himself or herself. And on the other hand, you've got the teachers, they want to teach, they want to teach the students something, prepare them for a job, for the later studies. And on the other hand, there are the parents. My experience, they very often do not know what their kids are doing, because it's a different world. They do it in their rooms, because I think in Germany 70% of them have computers or some access to games or to the internet in their rooms, and nobody knows exactly what they're doing. So I think the basic strategy school and education has to follow is to try to teach media literacy. Media literacy for me does not only mean the internet, it also means the traditional media, the newspapers as well, and reading books as well. Because if you can't read books, you can't read the internet. I think that does not make any sense. In Germany, we have lots of discussions which is better, which is best. I think this is not the right way. It doesn't lead to anything. That's why we try to, in our concept, we integrate the different things into one and say we have to teach media literacy. In the schools, usually you only look at the left-hand side that uses IT as a tool by using it. For example, in the classroom to gather information, to cooperate, or to present knowledge here by PowerPoint or whatever. But media literacy, as far as I think, is more. It means reflecting or learning about media, learning about the creative potential, learning how to analyze the media, and learning how to be responsible and how to deal with those things responsibly. And that's why I say education has to take care of both sides. But in general, for me, education means working with media. And there have been various manifestos in Germany which state this basic position, even in the political discussion. So a short look at the curricular situation in Germany. You know that there are 16 federal states, and each of those states is responsible for education. But there's a general, I think, some general idea or responsibility in the so-called Conference of the Ministers of Education. They come together very often and they put up some basic standards of education. And in those standards of education, there are lots of elements of media literacy, from elementary education, I think, to the curriculum at special schools, to certain special subjects in which it's taught. But we do not have a subject, media education. We have it in lots of different subjects. There are some special subjects in which these questions play a role. That's so-called informatics, so how to prepare for later study at the university or whatever, or in what we call this concept, informatical education. That's what the kids can choose at the age of 14, 13 for 2 or 3 years. And many schools do this European computer driving license. There are centers and they can do those tests and give them a certificate in which also the security or the safety of dealing with the internet plays a certain role. It's not only just working with computers. And for us, working with or teaching media literacy is an element of the quality of schools. We've got certain standards and in which we definitely say that this belongs to any school and it's part of our school inspection. So there's a team of experts coming to the school and trying to analyze the situation at the school and giving the school hints and advice how to improve the situation or education. So this analysis, etc., led to a political decision for the government of Rheinland-Pfalz and in the year 2007, so to put up a 10-point program, an overall program which puts together all the various elements in one conclusive strategy. And that's, you can read it, I'm sorry, it's only German, and this website, Medienkompetenz in Germany, if you like, if you know some German, sorry, it's not in English or not in Polish. So what are some of the elements? I don't want to show you all the 10 points. I think I want to concentrate on some of the elements. It's very important that politics sees that this is one of the most important, or one important question in education. So at the moment there is a debate going on in the Parliament of Rheinland-Pfalz about responsibility in the internet. There's a commission was founded and they will listen to experts, and there will be some expertise at the end, some kind of recommendation as a strategy for the federal state of Rheinland-Pfalz. And we try to help the schools as far as IT infrastructure is concerned. So they get some laptops, they get these interactive whiteboards, and they get some standardized networks for free, which somehow guarantee certain basic standards of security. You can block the internet, you can block certain sites, or you can refer to white or black lists, so that helps the teacher to secure a certain standard in the lessons. We know that the teachers are still responsible for the things which are going on in the classroom, and that's right, and we do not want to change it, but we want to give them some help how to fulfill this job. We try to do some teacher training together with ClickSafe. That's a German node of this initiative. There were elements of special teacher training were established with a book in which you can find everything, even for your lessons as a teacher. We have qualified 40 experts, and those experts try to hand on, to give on their expertise to other people in the schools, and so that we hope that every school at the end of next year will have at least one expert as a teacher who knows what's going on and can give his knowledge to other people in the schools. We know that also the head teachers, the heads of the schools, are a very important part in this business, and that's why we try to qualify the heads, that they see that they are responsible for this development at their school and that they can support it and help it. We know that these are nice strategies, but if you do not look at the students themselves, I think it cannot be successful. That's why we try to put up some kind of peer group strategy. We are educating media scouts, specialists, students, pupils at school, and they give on their knowledge, how to serve properly, how to work with the internet to others in their schools. And we think that this is a good strategy because many of them learn from each other. They do not learn from their teacher, they do not learn from their parents. They learn from each other. And if you know some of those people who can give on their knowledge to others, I think this could be a successful strategy to qualify them and to promote this topic. And we want to use the Safer Internet Day every day to organize some kind of event for the students of our country so that they know that they are important, the job they're doing is good, and we respect their job they're doing. That will be next year in February. For the parents, we put up some kind of agency on the internet. The parents can book experts from outside. Experts, they are educated or trained by a special team in all the questions, how to deal with the internet, and they get budgets of 200 euros every school. They can organize this themselves. So they get expertise from the outside into the school if necessary. We rely on a very wide network of partners. I mentioned ClickSafe. We've got Intel, plays an important role in the educating of teachers, and Microsoft as well, or this German initiative D21. It's an initiative of the German IT industry, which helps us to teach teachers how to deal with the internet. And you need, I think, a regional structure which supports the schools. That's why we call them networks of partners which support the schools, which provide them with knowledge and material, and they can go there and help, find help when there are questions. Okay, we cooperate very closely with the police, because in Germany, lots of those policemen, they go into the schools and try to teach them the legal aspects of the digital media. We also have a very good cooperation with the consumer protection authorities. For example, handies very often cause financial problems, so that the parents can rely on this. And we also have a very good cooperation with the Data Protection Authority, as far as the social networks are concerned, because the students very often or easily give away their personal data, and we try to focus this question as well in cooperation with partners. So far about this, I do not have a summary, because this project began in 2 years ago, will go on at least 2 years, and the government provided additional 10 million euros for this project, and in the we got some additional money this year because the government said that's a very good program, and we can put in a lot of more money into the support of schools, that they know how to deal with the internet in a positive way. And I think, for me personally, I've been working at school very long. There's a right strategy, and we'll see how far we get till the year 2011. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.